Hello everyone and welcome to the new episode of our series of solving daily LeetCode challenges. And today we are going to solve a problem called body strings. It's classified as easy, and I agree. It's kinda easy, but it has its own tricks, and you will see for yourself. So let's proceed and read the problem statement. We have two strings that are called S and Go. We need to make exactly one swap operation in the string S, and the swap operation consists of choosing two distinct indexes, I and j, and swapping the characters in this position. And yeah, as I said, we need to make exactly one swap operation with S, and we want to make S to be equal to this string Go, and we need to return true if it's possible and false otherwise. That's our problem. Let's take a look at our constraints. So our constraints are quite liberal, I would say, because the length of the strings is up to 20,000, and that's pretty much okay with us and with our solution. So a couple of minutes ago I mentioned that this problem has some tricks, and now I will explain what did I mean. So suppose that you face this task during the actual technical interview. What are you going to do? You think, okay, the problem is not very hard, I know how to solve it, but please do not rush. First, you need to think about some corner cases and clarify them with your interviewer. So what kind of corner cases I'm talking about in this problem? There are at least 4 of them that I can think of. First of all, you probably need to ask, is it possible that the strings are empty? Suppose your interviewer says, no, it's not possible. Then you should ask, for example, is it possible that any of this string is null? Which is also a very common corner case. Suppose the interviewer says no once again. Then you might wonder, what characters do my string consist of? And here the statement says that the strings always consist of lowercase letters, but it might not always be the case. For example, they might consist of both lowercase and uppercase letter, and if so, do we consider them equivalent? All of these are very good questions. And finally, the fourth question that I would ask, and it's very relevant in this problem, is the following. So the statement never mentions that the strings S and Go have the same length. So is it true that they have the same length? Is it always true? And our interviewer says, maybe not. Maybe we do not have this condition always satisfied. So you have to handle it in your code. And then I say, okay, fine, I will handle it in my code. So let's look at the solution that I've implemented for this problem. Okay, so we need to figure out 2 different scenarios in here. First scenario is, suppose that strings S and Go are already equal. Remember that in this case we still need to make one swap operation in the string S, and we want this equality to be preserved. So the only option for us is to try to find 2 characters that have different indexes, but they are equal. So for example, in the string ABA, the first and the last character, they are equal. And if so, we can simply swap them and without changing the string S. So that's exactly what we are checking here. If S is already equals to Go, we need to check if the string S has repeating characters. And it's very easy to check with a set. Another case that we need to check is the different length scenario that I was talking about. So if the strings have different lengths, then we cannot swap the characters in the letter S in a way that the string S will be equal to Go. So for example, suppose that string S is equal just to letter A, and the string Go is equal to AB. No matter what I do with string S, I will never get AB. as long as I'm not allowed to actually add characters. Okay, so that was our second case, and our third and final case that we need to check. Suppose that the string has exactly two different characters. So, for example, we are talking about strings ABC and ADE. So they have two different characters. In this case, sometimes it's possible to swap the letters in the string S so that we can get string Go. Definitely not here, because no matter how I swap these letters, I will never get ADE. But for example, if I had ABC and ACB, I can swap letters C and B in the string S and get ACB. So what do I need to check? I need to find these positions, these indexes, where strings S and string Go differ. And suppose there are exactly two of them, then I need to check if the characters at this different position, can they be swapped in a way that after the swap, our strings become equal. So basically we need to check that this character is equal to this character, and this character is equal to this character. And that's pretty much it. So suppose, let's prove that that's enough. Suppose our strings differ only by one character, then it's easy to see that there is no way to swap the characters in the letter S to get this letter Go. And now suppose they differ by more than two characters, so for example 3 characters, like here. Even if I swap 2 of them so that they become matching, there still will be some characters that do not match because our swap operation only changes 2 characters. And that's pretty much it. Let's see how I implemented this condition. So yeah, I've implemented a method called indexes of different chars, which basically populates the list of indexes such that the characters at those indexes are different in our two strings. And if the size of this list is true, I will check if that condition that our characters should be equal, for example, yes, and ABC and ACB. And that's pretty much it. If they are equal, I return true, otherwise I return false. And if the size of this list is not equal to 2, then I can simply return false as proved before. Okay, what's the complexity of this algorithm? The complexity of this algorithm is big O of n, where n is the length of the bigger string. And that's pretty much it for today's daily LeetCode challenge. What lessons can we get from here? The only important lesson from here is to always ask our interviewer clarifying questions about corner cases. Actually, I just out of curiosity, I commented out this corner case and I've submitted the code and I get the wrong answer on this case. Yeah, on the case where strings have different lengths, but if we ignore this extra characters, then yeah, we can get BA from AB, but unfortunately we still have this BBB. So yeah. Okay guys, thank you very much for your attention. The problem today was an easy one, but an interesting one. If you like this content, please don't hesitate to let me know. Press like, subscribe, and comment with your questions or suggestions. I'm always glad to hear from you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.